Hi orangutan friends, welcome back to IUCast, where today we have a very special guest, the CEO of the BOSS Foundation. We're thrilled to have Pak Jean-Martin here with us to dive into a Q&A session search directly from you, our listener and social media followers. Anyway, how are you, Pak Jean-Martin?
Good.
Very good, nice. Are you ready to answer some questions?
Let's try.
Yes, okay guys, so without further ado, let's get started and see what question you've been asking. Okay, we start the question from the Instagram. We have a question from @Brian_Scoutwell. I have the question, how do you recommend someone get into the field of primatology and great ape conservation or research? As someone who lives in an area with a few opportunities, it can be hard to know what to look for. My other question is, how often do you work with other conservation organizations for things such as the joint project? Love your organization work and everything you do. Thank you so much, Brian, for the question. Please, Pak Jean-Martin.
Okay, thank you, Brian. I will respond from the second question. In conservation or in orangutan conservation, we have to work together. No one can save orangutan alone. That's why BOSS Foundation always working together with other organizations. The first question, if you're far away from our works, but with the new technology like now, it's easy for you to find any information from the library, from documentary, and using that as a basis for you to eager or to strengthening or to increase your curiosity to join the conservation or in the primatology. We wait for you.
All right, thanks so much for Jean-Martin for the answer. We jump to the second one from @police_adventure001. How do you go about selecting your conservationists or researchers? And once selected, are they allowed to conduct their own research or those the foundation decides?
The key is collaboration. Sometimes the researcher coming with the new approach that we can use it. It means we can use the research to our works. The other one, maybe we can combine. They coming with their eager to know, and then we coming with something that we need, and let's do it together.
All right, so everyone is open and welcome to do a research in
Yes.
the center, right? Amazing. All right, another one from Wild Camel Miles. I really value your work and what is BOSS Foundation doing for orangutan conservation. I am eager to get involved in orangutan conservation as well. What are the initial steps to enter this field, and is there any specific background or quality you have to possess to be one of orangutan warrior? Oh, this is very interesting question, isn't it?
If you want to be orangutan warrior and join with us, there is no specialty. Just fall in love with the orangutan and support our works. But if you want to working closely with the animals, with the orangutans, and in the field, we need special requirement. You should be veterinarian, and then you can working to help us to keep the healthy orangutan. The second one, you should become the forestry. You can go to the forest with us, doing the monitoring, and make sure the orangutan that we release safe and survive. The third one, maybe you can be the biologist. And the last one, we need the communication specialist. Because we, and you maybe, can help to deliver the message from the orangutan that we need the orangutan and they want to help us. Not we help the orangutan.
All right, amazing answer. Thank you, Pak. Okay, so this is another question from Erin Walker Design. What are some of the most interesting things your team has learned about orangutans that were not widely known before?
Orangutan is like us with 97% DNA similar. Lot of things that orangutan did in the forest is something that we can use to help the human. In the forest, they can use some leaves as a medicine. Maybe one day we will know how important that tree or that plant to help us survive as a human. Lot of things, yeah, healing and so on. And the orangutan, the behavior of orangutan, they copy everything, and they can copy your behavior. That's why you have to be very careful in the forest.
Ah, interesting. So basically, if we're doing something, so they can imitate
Yes.
what we're doing. Oh, interesting. What a fact. Thank you. All right, another question from @fish6558. When your team spots orangutans in the wild, years after their release, how do you identify them? So in case one of former students visits your care center some years after the release, I know each animal has their characteristics, but I guess identifying is not easy considering how many of them out there. I presume they have no identify chips implanted like dogs. Thank you for your great work.
To be honest, when we release the orangutan, we implant the radio telemetry to tracking them. But unfortunately, the lifetime of battery is only 2 years. After 2 years, it's not easy to identify the orangutan. But a lot of our teams in the forest, they already knowing. Because every orangutan, they have the face character different with the other orangutan. And they know, my team, our Boss Foundation team, they know how to identify special orangutan. Like us, we can know our friend's name. Even for some people, this looks similar.
Ah, perfect. So basically, orangutan has a unique characteristics. Same with us, like they have like different eyes and
Yeah.
different mimic,
Different eyes, different
eyebrow.
eyebrow, and then different lips, something like that. Like
yeah.
how you identify the twins people.
Ah, yeah. All right. Thank you very much for the question at Fish6558. All right. This one is very interesting, Pak. This is from a community from @AlbaLove0269. What makes you particularly happy in your job, and how is Alba?
Alba.
Yeah.
It's a special orangutan, and after we release the Alba to the forest, we monitor Alba. And then, because after we release the orangutan, we have to take distance to let them free and living in the wild. That's why after some years, we have to let them free, and Alba, same with others. We not make Alba very special. We release, we monitor, and then we step back.
All right, that's how we treat wild and orangutan. So we need to step back after they're released into the wild. All right, another
What's the other
question.
one before the question before Alba?
Like the other one, like the regular orangutan. So we move from Alia Jolie 55 underscores. How can myself continue to help save the orangutan and rainforest from the United States? Living in small town, I donate when I can and adopt. I try talking to people, and I'm trying to work with our local library with a child program.
Yeah, adoption donation is one things that you can do, but I think you have the smartphone. Do smarter than your smartphone. Using only 1 minute, your smartphone, that you can look at our social media, share it, and asking some friends to doing the same thing. And maybe 1 from 10 people, your friends, will come in and help us to protect orangutan in the wild.
Yeah, so basically one share matters ya Pak. So we
Yes.
can help, we can support from our social media, from the gadget we have. So it's a very simple thing that we can do to help orangutans.
Lot of things we can do.
Yeah.
And start with your smartphone.
Yeah, be smart people with smartphones. All right, we move to another question from @ustal_L99. Apakah ada requirements khusus untuk bisa gabung jadi volunteer di Boss Foundation, atau apakah ini tidak dibuka untuk umum ya Pak, dan hanya yang memiliki background related lingkungan, hewan, dan sejenisnya?
Saat ini, Boss Foundation hanya membuka volunteer dengan specialty. Ya, dokter hewan, biologi, kehutanan, untuk bekerja di lapangan. Bagaimana kita sama-sama menjaga orangutan supaya bisa selamat di alam. Mungkin suatu saat nanti kita akan membuka volunteer buat bebas. Semua orang bisa ikut, semua orang bisa terlibat. Tapi Boss Foundation lagi dalam proses untuk membangun satu metode kursus pelatihan supaya semua orang bisa terlibat, meningkatkan awareness buat orangutan.
Ah.
Tunggu saja.
Oke, stay tune ya Kak Ustau LW99. Oke, selanjutnya ada pertanyaan nih dari fanbase juga dari Sukai_Indonesia. Pertanyaannya, cara yang menarik seperti apakah agar para fans club seperti kami bisa mengajak lebih banyak fans club yang ada di Indonesia untuk mengadopsi di @BOSS Foundation? Kami Suka Indonesia sudah memiliki 3 anak asuh di BOSS. Kami ingin fans club yang lainnya bisa ikut serta mengadopsi seperti kami. Wah, keren banget nih Suka Indonesia, makasih loh. Gimana nih Pak, gimana caranya biar kayak teman-teman fanbase yang lain bisa ikutan nih mengadopsi orang utan sama nih seperti teman-teman Sukai Indonesia yang lakukan?
Ya, terima kasih buat teman-teman Sukai Indonesia. Apa yang kalian lakukan itu adalah langkah awal membuat teman-teman fans club yang lain juga melakukan hal yang sama. Jadi ketika teman-teman adopsi 3 orang utan dan kemudian share informasinya kepada yang lain, maka mungkin saja ada yang akan terlibat melakukan hal yang sama. Jadi mari sama-sama kembangkan kebersamaan untuk semua orang peduli untuk orang utan Indonesia. Kita harapkan fans-fans club yang lain juga akan bergabung.
Betul, setuju banget. Terima kasih loh Suka Indonesia sudah menginspirasi mungkin dari gerakan yang kalian lakukan nih bisa menginspirasi fans-fans klub lainnya juga ikut mengadopsi orang utan. Ini tuh penting banget dan sangat menarik banget untuk dilakukan.
Mungkin yang tidak cuma share aja ya, mungkin juga adalah bagaimana kalian tidak cuma adopsi tapi like, share dari semua sosial media kita sehingga makin banyak orang yang tahu bagaimana BOSS Foundation sebagai Indonesian organisasi lakukan hal yang penting buat sumber daya alam kita, khususnya orang hutan dan hutan Indonesia.
Iya, benar sekali. Terima kasih teman-teman Suka Indonesia. Selanjutnya nih Pak, dari @my.skillstory. Hai, gimana caranya untuk bisa konsisten bekerja di bidang ini di tengah gempuran industri yang kurang pro ke lingkungan Pak? Sebagai CEO untuk foundation yang bergerak di bidang lingkungan, tantangannya apa saja sih Pak?
Yang jelas ketika kita memutuskan kerja di konservasi, itu adalah memutuskan bekerja di jalan sepi, jauh dari popularitas. Karena itu konsistensi, persistensi itu dibutuhkan. Jadi bukan cuma konsisten, tapi kita harus persisten dan sedikit keras kepala. Karena itu kita berharap semua orang bisa terlibat dan membantu gerakan ini. Tapi ingat, kita kerja untuk orang utan, bukan buat orang utan kerja buat kita. Itu paling penting.
Oke, terima kasih Pak. Jadi emang kuncinya harus konsisten dan persistensi ya. Kita harus tetap konsisten nih untuk gimana cara untuk save orangutan together. Gitu.
Iya, karena merubah kita ketika kerja di konservasi ini kan membantu gerakan, merubah perilaku orang-orang Indonesia dan orang di luar sana juga. Merubah perilaku itu nggak mudah dan tak cepat. Jadi dibutuhkan konsistensi dan kekeras kepalaan.
Harus tetap keras kepala ya Pak. Nah ini tuh ngomong keras kepala dan konsistensi nih, pastinya nih Pak Jabar kan udah bergelut di bidang konservasi ini udah cukup lama nih. Melanjutkan pertanyaan dari @yolanda94, Pak bagaimana suka duka menjadi CEO?
Sukanya itu adalah ketika kita berhasil merescue orang hutan, kemudian mengajarinya untuk kembali ke alam, kita lepaskan di hutan, mereka punya anak. Itu suka yang tak bisa diukur dengan apapun, termasuk uang ya. Nggak sukanya itu adalah banyak sekali orang di Indonesia dan di dunia ini mengukur segala sesuatu itu dalam bentuk term cash, rupiah atau dolar. Nah, merubah mindset orang ini supaya pro lingkungan, tidak semua dihitung dengan rupiah, itu yang susah dan itu dukanya. Karena apa? Selalu diukur dengan uang. Hidup ini nggak cuma uang.
Tapi semuanya butuh uang, Pak.
Kita perlu uang, iya, tapi uang saja tidak cukup membuat kau bahagia. Mari kerja di hutan dan kau akan mendapatkan kebahagiaan.
Kerja di hutan maka akan mendapatkan kebahagiaan. Nih kalau disuruh rating nih Pak, 1 sampai 10 menjadi CEO tuh nilainya berapa Pak?
Kalau tanya aku pasti 10 lah.
Oh wow, masih konsisten dan persisten ya. 10 nilainya. Oke, terima kasih banyak Kak @yolanda94 atas pertanyaannya. We move to another platform dari Facebook. Kita punya pertanyaan from Greer. Bullock. How are things going with the building of the sanctuary island for unreleasable orangutans at Nyaru Menteng? Do you know when any of the island will be ready and which orangutan will get live on them? Thank you. Love orangutan, love.
Yeah, we still on campaigning and fundraising to get more funding to build the orangutan island as a sanctuary for unreleasable orangutan. Our dream is to bring orangutan out from cages and leave them free with the tree in the sanctuary island. We need to make it as soon as possible. Maybe next year, we can start to release 1 or 2 orangutan to that island.
Yeah, hopefully there's a lot of orangutans that can be released into the wild, and also the island can be ready so we have more space for orangutans that live.
Yeah, in the island they can touch the soil,
Yeah.
they can see the sun and the
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah, so they can
They can
taste
breathe
how with the
yeah.
natural tree, and to
living without bar.
living without any cages and enclosure. All right, thank you, Greer Bula, for the question. Another question from @A Astron M1. How safe are the orangutans and other animals' homes? I mean, the forest, as I read, is going very fast.
When we release orangutan to the forest, we can guarantee you they will safe in that forest because our team and our government team working together to monitor the forest and to make some patrol in the forest. Yeah, at least in that forest that we release, I can guarantee the orangutan safe. But if God called them, we cannot make sure they will be forever.
All right, interesting. Thank you very much for the question, Ashram M1. And we move to the Twitter. It's very interesting question from @saat_Fajrul. Can orangutan live in Arctic?
Normally no. Normally orangutan living in the tropical area. And in Indonesia and in the world, they only living in Sumatra and in Borneo. Even in Papua, you cannot find orangutan. Let's keep them in that area, not bring them to another area.
All right, so for your information, correct me if I'm wrong, Fajar Martin. So orangutan means orang, human in English, and utan means forest in English, right? So
yes.
Orangutan is in the forest.
Orangutan is, if you make it the direct translation, it means human in the forest. Yeah, human in the wild. But they are in one word, not orang and utan, but orangutan is one word.
Okay, so the solid answer is no. Orangutan cannot live in the Arctic. Interesting question. So we move to another question from @Opelia G. What is one piece of advice you would give to an aspiring primatologist who want to gain field experience?
Living in the forest is not something like scary things, but I suggest you coming and get that experience. I will use one word or one statement. Seeing is believing. You come, you see, and you believe what we did and what you want to do.
So you need to experience with yourself to see it, like to experience it first.
You coming, you had the experience, you see what you do, and then it's easy for you to explain to everybody how important working in that area.
Yes, very interesting, and I wish I can be part of them to experience with my own self to see the ambience and to monitor orangutans. And this is leading the question from @Invasiv. The question is, does orangutan conservation empower the local tribes or community around the rehab and the monitoring area? And how does it work? I read the post-release monitoring volunteer guideline, and there's about monthly penology survey. Can people with myopia participate? Because those tree is tall.
Yeah, as long as you using your glass, you can coming and join on the post-release monitoring. Yeah, but we working together with local people because they're living in the forest, they're living in that nature, and it's easier for them to adapt in that forest, to adjust the condition of the forest. We're working together with them. In BOS Foundation, we have the one strategic core is community development. We have to work with local people, empowering them, because one day, everything in the forest, they can help us to solve any problem, especially to protect the orangutan and the forest.
Yeah, interesting. So we're not only working for the forest itself, but we also working with the community around the forest that to make the awareness from them because they're living closely with the remote area where there is orangutan live in the same area. Right?
Yeah, because we need them.
Yeah.
We have to work in together with local people.
Yeah, very interesting. Thank you very much for the answer and for the question. All right, we jump to another question from Aplano Flower. The question is, have you rescued orangutans, developed social cues, and got accustomed to live in groups?
Orangutan little bit different with chimpanzee and gorilla. Chimpanzee and gorilla, they are family group. Orangutan is semi-solitary. But usually some like us human, we will choose our close friend. Same with orangutan. If we rescue the orangutan and they join in the groups, they can make it our close friend with, but not with all orangutan. Maybe they will choose, he or she will choose the good friend for them.
So what if the close friends orangutans that were joined in the forest school and they go together in the wild forest, are they going to recognize each other?
Yes, sometimes when we choose the orangutan to be the release candidate, we identify the groups from the forest school. From the forest school, they make the groups and then we put them in the island on pre-release island, and from that we choose become one group. But in the forest, sometimes they will going in different direction. But we choose the release candidate in the same group, make their close friend, make them not fighting in the wild.
All right, we move to another question from ADL Lalita. Izin bahasa, seberapa besar penggunaan teknologi dalam upaya konservasi di BOS Foundation mengingat harga alat yang tinggi? Bagaimana cara BOS Foundation mengoptimalkannya apalagi harus berbagi dengan keperluan operasional? Wah, ini cukup interesting.
Ya, di BOS Foundation kita melakukan kegiatan konservasi itu basisnya adalah ilmu dan teknologi. Jadi kita akan menggabungkan ilmu dan teknologi menjadi bagian dari gerak konservasi kita. Memang penggunaan alat-alat itu mahal. Karena itu mari sama-sama kita berjuang mencari dana untuk alat-alat yang mahal seperti drone, thermal drone, dan radiotelemetri sehingga proses pemantauan di lapangan itu bisa berjalan lebih baik. Bahwa itu akan membuat satu kesulitan sendiri, tapi itulah seninya kerja konservasi. Bagaimana ilmu, teknologi, dan operating cost itu harus kita bikin balance. Sehingga kegiatan di lapang tidak dikorbankan, kegiatan sains dan pemantauan tidak dikorbankan. Jadi itu seninya kerja di konservasi. Balancing science, teknologi, and cost operation.
Oh, menarik sekali ya. Jadi bagaimana kita di tim di kantor maupun di lapangan harus bisa membagi dan balancing between the operational cost. Apalagi sekarang teknologi kan canggih-canggih ya Pak. Dan apalagi kalau misalnya kita mau foto capture orangutan di hutan itu juga butuh lensa atau kamera yang bagus ya Pak gitu. Jadi ayo teman-teman kalau mau interesting getting to know more about our work atau kegiatan di hutan bisa langsung head over to our website in orangutan.or.id. Oh, we have another question. Ini salah satu supporter kita from Espanyola from @fam Kabubu. I'm so sorry if I can read your question because if I read it, I'm nervous or I'm afraid to pronounce it wrong. But I translate it to English. The question is, I am still studying. But one of my goals is to join orangutan conservation as a surrogate mother. What steps should I take to work in this beautiful field, not only as a volunteer but as an established job? Oh, thanks so much, Ed Pam Kow, for your question.
Yeah, if you want to take the job as a surrogate mother, it will be better if you have the background on psychology. Because it should be working with the behavior of the baby orangutan, special baby, special treatment, something like that. With the psychology background, it will be better. But if you want to taking care of the orangutan in the forest, you can go to be the forester, biologist, or veterinarian. Or the communication. You can deliver the message from the orangutan from the forest to all of the people in the world. How they can help the orangutan.
Yeah, so basically to working established job for orangutan conservation is not only for a conservationist or biology, every field can join, can contribute to self.
Do something with what you have.
Yeah, exactly. Gracias, Ed Pam Kow, for the question. I think we wrap up all the questions. Thanks so much, Pak Jamartin, to have a very insightful answer. And thank you for joining us on IUCast, this insightful Q&A session with Pak Jamartin Singse, the CEO of the BOSS Foundation. We really appreciate the thoughtful question from our listener and social media followers, and we hope you gain valuable insight into the BOSS Foundation work and vision. Before we close, and this we're really close to Orangutan Day, which is in the August, so it's a very special day. Do you have any words to our followers and our listeners?
In orangutan conservation, we have to work in together. You can do something from your side and nothing useless. Everything you do is very good for the orangutan. Do from your side, using your smartphone, tell others people, and let's do it together.
All right, let's do it together. This is exactly that we can do to help to save orangutans. All right, thank you very much, IUCast listener and Pak Jamartin. Be sure you guys to stay tuned for more episodes and updates. All right, until next time, take care and keep engaging with us. Ariola signing out.